see a live look there in New York City before the sun comes up this morning. But we've got a big show. We're going to be Skyping our families. Peter Doocy is going to be Skyping in with his that are at home. Are they in Florida?
They are celebrating Christmas at
Your
home.
dad's coming in?
So, yeah, my dad will be here.
That's cool. My mom and I think my kids. I mean, there's like, the kids are deciding who's getting involved. My niece, my nephew. That was at Delmonico Kitchen in Manhattan last night. We had a big pre-Christmas dinner.
The whole plan.
And I actually figured out what the Christmas tradition is. I'd forgotten. You kept asking me yesterday. I was like, what do we do? I don't know. We open presents. Oh, there's the Huntsmans, by the way.
And I'll be Skyping in with
We're
mine.
gonna get the
They're
full
out in
Huntsman.
Utah.
The whole family.
Well, we'll probably get a fourth of them at least. That's still a lot of people.
But every Christmas, my mom insisted, and still does it, we open presents on Christmas Day, never on Christmas Eve.
Not even pajamas.
Except for one, pajamas. That's the tradition. We always got new pajamas. So, I don't know, what were they called? Granimals or something? I probably got those.
Onesies?
No, I only wore a onesie here.
Oh, on the set.
Like last year, yeah.
Well, tell them to send in photos of you guys in pajamas when you were growing up.
We don't want that picture. It's too early.
But we also have Santa Claus who is joining us today. He's had a really busy 24
he's gotta
hours,
be
but he
exhausted.
decided to...
Santa!
Oh, there he is. He's over in our living room.
Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas, Santa.
Santa.
He's going to be answering
He's waiting.
questions
All right.
this morning, so make sure you send them in, and he will be sitting there and letting you know how things went.
I just saw Father Jonathan as well. He's going to be joining us, and I said,
a big show today.
When are you going to be saying Mass? He said, I already did a few hours ago. I forgot about midnight Mass. So he probably didn't get a lot of sleep, just like Santa, and Father Jonathan will be here.
Oh, that'll be great. And also your favorite Christmas movies, because another tradition my family always does is Christmas evening, we all still have our pajamas on from the day before, jump on the couch, and we all pick one of our favorite Christmas movies. Elf is probably a Huntsman favorite, but send us in your favorite movies. We're going to be debating it with Kevin McCarthy as well, giving us a
What
list
about
at
you?
the top, like 20 movies.
Home Alone.
Oh, it's a great
Both
one.
Home Alones.
Well, you know why? Because you scream just like Macaulay Culkin.
Where do you think I got it from?
I like It's a Wonderful Life. Maybe it's too serious compared to Elf, but
No, that's a classic.
it's fun. It's awesome.
And I think that's on the list as
It's
well.
not as goofy. It's not a comedy, but it's fun.
And
got a
also,
message.
what gifts everybody got. Remember the video we showed all morning long yesterday? Of
We're going to show that again?
We're going to show that again. But also send us... there he is.
Earlier this morning.
No, that's actually Home Alone. That's is that you?
There's my sister similarly excited opening something.
That's the best expression I've actually ever seen of Santa presents.
Yeah.
So we want you to send us in your videos this morning of your kids running down the stairs, seeing what Santa brought them. We're going to play them on the show this morning, so make sure you email us.
Yeah, Grant got
It's all about home Christmas movies, Santa. It's going to be a good show
He's
today.
got the air hockey thing down the basement, big memory, something like that.
Yeah,
Just like Peter.
send it in. We'll play it.
Were you that excited for this morning when you came in?
Yeah, no, I was screaming, and people just were coming into the makeup room to make sure that I was okay.
You hear people screaming coming into work at 4:30 a lot. It's
Yeah.
usually
So
not just
excited to
about
be here.
Christmas. No,
Yeah.
just, streets of Manhattan. But also, we did Secret Santa yesterday. And
We
so,
do have a Secret Santa, so we picked
We were
names
shopping
yesterday.
a lot last night.
We're going to be sharing. Oh, really?
Yeah,
I hope that I was your person then.
I got Rick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll tell him
I
later.
got, yeah. He's not listening. He's over there.
He's not listening. We're going to
say it.
not myself.
You
I
don't say
can't
it.
get myself.
At
At least you know you would like your gifts.
All right, here.
That's true.
We're running out of time, Santa.
Santa in that. Let's see what I got.
She did.
Okay, so tomorrow. Wait, I got mine, which means somebody else has
You
mine.
got to switch. All right, we're excited.
I know
This is going
exactly.
to be a really
Wait for it tomorrow.
Secret Santa tomorrow.
So no one knows who has
Right.
each other.
Rick
So
picked himself at first.
of
and then he
course,
had to switch.
and he didn't want himself.
Yeah.
So we want to ask you guys, if you were us, what would you get each of us?
Actually,
Oh.
I'd be curious to hear.
Yeah.
What would you get us? Friends at foxnews.com.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to know.
And funny gifts. We don't want like serious stuff.
Yeah, make it
Jokey
fun.
gifts. But as we mentioned, the big man is in the house today. Santa Claus is here, and he's answering some of your questions. He's been delivering presents all night long. So make sure that you send us your emails and your tweets. Here's one question that's coming in to Santa. What was the hardest part of your route last night?
Oh, the weather.
Ooh.
Where at?
Going over Finland, it was very cold, very wet.
Oh,
The
it's
snow
frightful.
was coming down.
Wow.
Okay, well, you look great.
Well, thank you.
Didn't realize I had not. See, Rick doesn't normally give us the Finland forecast.
Yeah.
In fact, I think maybe I never have. Ever.
Never have.
That was helpful.
Santa hopefully not caught off guard. Santa, were there more kids on your naughty list this year or your nice list?
No, there was more kids on the nice list.
On the nice?
Yeah, there's
that's
very
good.
few on the naughty list.
So not a lot of coal last night.
Not a lot of coal.
That's good.
Well, that's a nice thought going into the new year. It's been kind of a long year, tough campaign. Would you say
What was Santa running for a tough campaign?
he was running around with gifts?
Tough
What
job.
would you give President-elect Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton if you had the chance, Santa?
That's a tough question. I'd probably want to be able to give them, some peace and some joy
All right.
and some hope for the new year.
I like that.
That's good.
Not political.
Positive message.
Are you feeling tired this morning?
A little run down, but I'm ready to go.
Well,
I'm looking forward to
You made reindeer treats yesterday. Hopefully you just kept some in your pocket for when you needed a snack.
Reindeer crackle.
Reindeer crackle.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And how were the cookies and milk? Did you imbibe, indulge?
Oh yeah, there was plenty of milk and cookies, hot chocolate, apple cider. It was a great time delivering all the look.
All right. You mentioned Trump and trying to bring him peace and harmony. Last night, he and his family went to the church Bethesda by the Sea, there in Palm Beach, right by the Breakers Hotel.
It's where he got married, actually, with Melania
Right.
back in 2005, so it has a lot of meaning for them. And they got a standing ovation.
Yeah, we've got some video when they walked in.
It's just nice,
Yeah.
a nice feeling on Christmas. I wonder if everyone knew that he was coming or if it was sort of a surprise.
I bet they saw some Secret Service
think?
presence there.
Just
And
you,
I
few
think
big
after
guys?
they had to go through some metal detectors.
And he was
and
there
all
last year, and down in Palm Beach, there was some chatter. People were wanting to know if he was going to be back. He was back. Midnight Mass.
that. There was a little bit then when Vice-elect Mike Pence ham.
Yeah.
Sticking to the more positive Christmas
Didn't
message.
quite get the standing
Yeah.
ovation.
Down in Palm
Ovation.
Beach, right around where that church is, right around where he stays, everybody wants to get a look.
You been
at
to that
Mr.
church, Peter?
I have not been inside, but I've driven by it. But every in Palm Beach, everybody knows where he is all the time. And anytime he's moving around, people want to see. They want to just know what he's up to. So,
Has it since he's... You know that area pretty well.
yeah, I mean, people around there just love Donald Trump. Right there in Palm Beach, and they want to see him. He has obviously been at Mar-a-Lago for years. People like what he's done with the place, cleaning it up and fixing it up, I should say. And he's the big draw there in Palm Beach.
The big man.
So, and you saw that at church.
All right. Well,
Yep.
we do have this morning taking steps to shut down his charity, avoiding any conflict of interest. And the move to dissolve the Donald J. Trump Foundation was expected as he prepares to take over the White House next month. But the Democrats still finding something to complain about, slamming him for closing up shop. The president-elect says he will find other ways to pursue philanthropic efforts. And now we want to get to a Fox News alert and rescue crews scouring through debris after a Russian military plane carrying nearly 100 people crashes into the Black Sea just minutes after takeoff. There are likely no survivors. The plane was traveling from Sochi to a Russian airbase in Syria. Service personnel, a military choir, and reporters among those on board. Russian officials say the crash could have been caused by a technical malfunction or a crew error, but no, not terrorism as they are saying. And then there's this, more backlash against the UN vote to block Israeli settlements in Jerusalem. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu now threatening to withdraw from the UN, saying Israel will be reassessing its ties. Meanwhile, Texas Senator Ted Cruz tweeting this, spoke with Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu tonight to wish him happy Hanukkah and assure him of strong support in Congress, no U.S. money for UN until reversed. And a very special holiday reunion for one military family. The New Orleans Saints helping Air Force Airman Anthony Williams surprise his family at halftime after he was on the verge of missing another Christmas. His mother and 4 daughters leaping into his arms, crying hysterically. during the on-field reunion. Williams now home for 5 days before flying back to Qatar. How sweet is that? I just love those stories. Just
Yeah.
so heartwarming.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the screaming, it's almost like a Peter Ducey kind of scream on Christmas morning.
No,
makes
that's
you
what it's all
happy.
about. Not everybody's so lucky
be
to
with
be home in
family.
the military, especially to be with their families.
But you know what? This is our family this morning, including Rick Reichmuth.
Good morning. Happy Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Christmas.
Love it. I
Not
love
there
the
yet.
green tie
I
this
just
morning.
got a week ahead of myself here with the New Year's coming up.
What's going on in Finland?
Finland, I have no idea, but Santa, I'm going to give you my number, and then next year you can just call ahead. Did you see how I just did that? I got exchanged numbers with Santa. That was my plan.
He didn't give it back to you, though.
Yeah, of course. But I will have it when he calls, unless he has like an unblocked number or a blocked number or something. Here you go. Temperature-wise, really nice and really warm across the south. We broke high record temperatures yesterday all across the southeast. We're going to see that again today, so it's going to feel like spring. The East Coast, you're looking good. There's still a few showers here with this front that's stalled out across the Tennessee Valley. Not a problem at all, but we have big problems from the storm out across the west. We had a lot of snow across Arizona yesterday. This now is going to pull in towards the the northern plains by the time we get towards this afternoon, and a big blizzard is setting up. Take a look at all of these watches and warnings that we've got going on here. And this part here, this northern plain area, is where we have blizzard warnings going on. We are probably going to see over a foot of snow and very, very windy conditions, so it's going to blow. But you'll see this purple here, that's icing. So we're going to be watching an ice storm set up along with this. So really, really rough conditions all across that northern tier there. Be very careful as you're headed out to Grandma's. Temperature-wise, you see the heat here across the south. Tomorrow, we're going to be up into the 60s all the way up towards Louisville. You get the idea. We remain pretty warm. No major cold air in place, at least, for about another week.
Wow.
Good news.
All right.
That is good news. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Rick.
All right, coming up, it's being called a Christmas miracle. This woman and her family stranded near the Grand Canyon. How searchers were able to find roll.
That's class 6 because of people like you that make it all worthwhile. So, and to the viewers at home, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2017. See you then.
Pope Francis delivering his Christmas Day message, telling the world's 1.2 billion Roman Catholics that Christmas has been taken hostage by materialism.
He also stressed the need for more humility in a world often obsessed with gifts, feasting, and self-centeredness.
And then everyone went out to the mall. No. Here to react, Fox News religion contributor, Father Jonathan Morris. Good morning and Merry Christmas.
Merry
morning.
Christmas, Father.
So how did people, I was just looking at the pool report from, we mentioned President-elect Donald Trump went to Bethesda by the Sea in Palm Beach for Mass last night. And it was Rector James Harlan who said that everyone needs to make room for the Savior. He said if we make room, we will have the grace and strength to follow God.
Yeah, and I think that goes well with what Pope Francis was trying to say, that if we fill our hearts with everything else, then there's simply no room, right? And so there's an emptying that needs to happen, an emptying not only of material things, but also an emptying of self, right? What blocks us from loving and receiving love, the love of God and love of others? Well, it's anger, it's anxiety, it's fear, it's resentment, it's a sense of this isn't fair, how did that happen to me? And that's a lot harder than getting rid of the presents or the extra drink or the extra whatever. How about making room in your heart to love? That's not easy.
I love that. You gave a Christmas mass last night. What was your message?
I don't remember. It was 2 hours ago. It was
at
haven't
midnight.
slept. No, but it was basically that. How amazing is that God would give us a second chance, not just coming as a savior dressed in armor and coming to defeat our enemies. And no, he came as a baby. How absolutely amazing. Who is afraid of a baby? God made himself, in the Christian theology we believe that God made himself into the form of a baby so that he could be held by anyone.
We have live pictures
Yeah.
right now, in fact, of Pope Francis at the Vatican.
There he is, Christmas afternoon Mass there in it'll end.
But he kind of cheated, you know. He had midnight mass at 9:30 at night, and he said, "Well, it ends at midnight."
We give the Pope a pass.
I mean, my
though, right?
my parishioners would give me hell if I did that.
Literally.
So the other thing we want to talk about, there's this Gallup poll that says that faith is an important part of American lives, but there are also a lot more non-believers now. 74% of people say that they identify with the Christian religion, 5% non-Christian, and then 21% have no religious identity. 8 years ago, it was only 15%. What changed in 8 years that there are so many more people who say they don't believe in God?
Well, you know, I don't think they're saying they don't necessarily believe in God. They're saying that they don't identify with a particular religion. So sometimes it's the way the poll is asked. I think it's a beautiful thing that people are being honest about their doubts. You know, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it, too, is 90%, or even if it was, 80%, that agree on something, can try to get one thing in the United States of America that 80% or 90% of people agree on. That's pretty strong.
So how do you bring them back if there are more and more people leaving religion or identifying with religion?
Kind of on the sidelines.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a lot of people who say now, I'm not going to go to church, or I'm not going to identify as being Christian or being Mormon or being Protestant or being Jewish just because my parents or grandparents were that. That's a good thing. I think it's people who are deciding to say, I'm going to find out on my own. And there's a pulling back, but then, for example, when I was down at a church in Soho, down in Lower Manhattan, it's like all super young, hip kids in their 20s who have everything. They would tell me their parents basically didn't go to church, and they were coming back in huge numbers because they got to a point they said, hey, life has got to have some bigger meaning than just money, than just materialism, so that's not all bad.
That's great, and they figure that out completely on their own, which is also
Yes,
nice.
but I'm a little bit mad this morning.
Why is that?
Because someone stopped me outside of my church the other day, and I'm like I'm short, I'm like 5'7", and they said to me, Father, you know what? You're a lot taller in real life than you are on television. And I think it's because of people like this.
Yeah, it's Deuce's fault.
Nobody's ever told me they look taller in real life. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Merry Christmas.
You're laying a lot on him today. He's gonna
You
have to
are our favorite here, so short or tall, whatever you are, we always love having you.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for that message.
Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas.
All right. Something's ever happened to your family?
This box is meowing.
Let me see it. She wrapped up her damn cat.
The Christmas fails that are going viral this morning.
And speaking of great movies, where does A Christmas Story rank in Kevin McCarthy's top 5? The editor of Nerd Tears joins us live next.
But first, a message from our troops.
Hello, my name is Corporal Combs, currently in Afghanistan. I'd like to send a shout out back to my family back in Danvers, Atlanta, Hoffman Estates, and Mackinac area. Happy holidays, love ya, miss ya, see you all soon.
Nothing like getting in the Christmas spirit by watching a classic holiday flick.
But if you can't remember which one is worth your time, founder of NerdTears.com, Kevin McCarthy joins us now with his top 5 Christmas movies ever. Merry Christmas, Kevin.
Merry Christmas, Peter, Abby, and Ed. Yeah, by the way, I gotta say, I'm in my in-laws in Southern Maryland. I just got married this year, and I'm using my father-in-law's neighbor's house because my father-in-law does not have Wi-Fi. So thank you to this wonderful lady Linda who woke up early to let me do my Skype at 8 a.m.
I think got the rest. They know.
Is sleeping upstairs. So thank you for this.
Hilarious. All right, so help people out that are wanting to watch a good Christmas movie today. What would you say? What is the number 5 best Christmas movie?
All right, before I get to my basic list, I do got to say, over the years, Die Hard has become like this cultural movie in regards to being a Christmas movie. It's not your technical or literal Christmas movie, but it does take place on Christmas, and I watch it every Christmas with my wife. I think Die Hard, I think you can consider it a Christmas movie nowadays, that and Lethal Weapon, but yes, it doesn't fall under the normal list of Christmas films. But Die Hard, to me, is the best one to watch. Start Christmas in my personal opinion.
All right, number 5.
All right, number 5 is Christmas Story. This movie, everyone remembers seeing this as a kid. I remember watching the movie, watching the BB gun. This alone.
I skipped there and going right for the throat.
Wait, that must be where the Dumb and Dumber scene came from, Kevin.
See, Abby, that's why I like you a lot.
Right?
Because you
Dumb and
reference-
Dumber is my favorite movie of all time.
It's one of the greatest movies in the history of cinema. It really is. Abby, you are awesome at life. Next up is Love Actually, which is another movie you and I share a love for.
Yes.
This is the best Christmas song of all time. Christmas is all around us. This is a beautiful film with multiple stories, all connected throughout the film. Great cast: Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Keira Knightley. I love the scene where Andrew Lincoln, who's now the lead on Walking Dead, is saying, "You are perfect to me." So it's a great film. I recommend seeing it. It's rated R, not for kids whatsoever, but definitely worth seeing if you're a big romantic comedy fan.
And of course, Hugh Grant.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Number 3.
Next one is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I gotta say, this movie holds a special place in my heart only because when I proposed to my wife, this was the big theme around this movie. This is both a Halloween and a Christmas film, and the idea behind this movie is that it's stop motion animation, so Tim Burton produced it. It's a beautiful love story, Jack and Sally. It's just very special to myself and my wife. And when I proposed, thankfully she said yes with this movie in the background. So
I
it's
hope
very,
Nightmare has nothing to do with the proposal.
no nightmare part.
Okay, good.
All right, well, this number 2 is Ed Henry's favorite of all time. He really watches it every Christmas.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing film, and the beauty of nowadays is that they're actually showing the movie again in theaters all across the country in certain theaters. So if you go to your showtimes online, you can find a theater maybe near you that's playing this. But It's a Wonderful Life, arguably the greatest lesson learned about appreciating your life and loving who you are. And I love Jimmy Stewart in this movie.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at one of the best scenes in the film. Watch this.
Hello, Bedford Falls!
It's got, yeah.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas,
it's
you old
amazing. I love
sins
Jimmy
and
Stewart.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, I just have to jump in because it's so Americana. It's awesome. I mean, it's no Dumb and Dumber, but it's...
Right, but it's, you know what, though? You're right, that's a classic. But
Ed,
this
you're
one,
right, though. It is no Dumb and Dumber. Because Dumb and Dumber is brilliant. It is.
I actually know every line in Dumb and Dumber, I will admit that. You can test me
Abby, I
anytime
think
you want.
you and I just became best friends.
We did,
Stepbrothers.
Kevin.
You guys are besties right
Also,
now.
so the movie that we is just soundtrack I own. You can Home Alone.
This movie, John Williams' score. By the way, can I say that as I've gotten older, I realize how truly violent this movie is. I mean, if you think about what he does to Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, it's pretty brutal.
True.
But yeah, it's an amazing movie. Let's take a look at one of the most iconic moments in Home Alone. Watch this.
Oh, I'm so glad we did that.
That's so good.
Wait, what was that? I was waiting for the Kevin part. Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was.
Oh, that was our Peter Ducey.
It was me, and I was excited. But also, there were 2 burglars at the house, and I had to, my parents were out of town. They left me alone. I had to get rid of them before they got back. We were trying to.
It actually worked perfectly.
Same story,
So I mentioned that earlier.
Your father, Steve Ducey, filmed that?
He did, yeah. Directed and edited.
You know what? He deserves an Academy Award.
It sounds like Peter Ducey. I love it.
That was awesome. I need to go back and rewatch this segment now so I can see that. But yeah, those are my favorites. I got a lot of great recommendations from Fox and Friends viewers on Friday when I did the segment Miracle on 34th Street, Christmas Vacation. You can tweet me yours at Kevin McCarthy TV. Let me know what you think. I'll be back at 9:40 with the best films to currently see in theaters.
Oh.
Also, a very special Netflix recommendation.
What about
as well.
Elf, Kevin? Elf is one of my favorites.
Elf's amazing. There's so many. This is my personal list, but I mean, I'm just so happy, Abby, that you mentioned Dumb and Dumber. We're going to go back to that over and over again, but I just love that movie, so thank you.
That's great. Well, send us your the Mugger song.
great idea.
on here if you want.
Well, let's not give out their address.
She's already been up making breakfast for her 98-year-old father. This is the most incredible person I've ever met in my entire life.
This is what Christmas is all about,
That's
isn't it?
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, we'll
Merry
see you in
Christmas,
just
guys.
a few hours. Merry Christmas. We'll see you soon.
Coming up, it's being called a Christmas miracle. This woman and her family stranded near the Grand Canyon. How searchers were able to find them in several feet of snow.
Then it's Christmas morning and you still don't have a gift. But it's not too late. We've got some very last-minute ideas.
Who doesn't have yet? And the Girl Scouts of Nassau County Chorus will be singing Christmas songs all morning long. They're going to perform for us right after this.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Jolly old St. Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say.
Songs all morning long, and they just do such a good job.
That's really awesome. And we've got so many people who are working here with us over Christmas. They were working yesterday, working today. Let's show director Lisa Moverly with her sister. Merry Christmas.
That. And Fox and Friends first co-host Heather Childers with her sister Scarlett and dad Toby.
Then
that's
here
so cute.
we also have Charlie Hitchens with his daughters Sydney and Claire and their grandma Valerie at Santa's Village in Torrington, Connecticut.
That's
Good morning.
adorable.
And check out Senior Vice President of Marketing Michael Tamero's 2016 Christmas card. You saw him on the show yesterday.
Oh, it's great. So this is writer Adam Breitbart's girlfriend center.
I'm with his nieces and nephews in Louisiana over Thanksgiving.
That's so cute.
Here's writer Jordan Early with mom, Jane, her dad, Miles, and siblings Miles, Taylor, and Logan taking their Christmas photo. Key West, Florida.
That looks nice about now, doesn't it? And production assistant Nikki Del Castillo and her younger brother celebrating at home in Miami. She's great.
And the last one, technical director Matt Saplin celebrating Christmas as a kid in one of his favorite photos.
What a cute shot.
Yeah, I guess we didn't tell Vito because he would have done he's one of our great guys on the floor and he likes to ham it up.
Yeah, well, he's dressed as Santa
didn't
this
tell him.
morning,
He
too.
was dressed as Santa before.
Vito, put on back your Santa costume.
We'll show you later. Maybe after some headlines.
Yeah, we do have some other headlines to get to this morning. And we begin with this, an outpouring of support for actress Carrie Fisher. This is a sad one. The 60-year-old Star Wars remains in intensive care this morning after TMZ reports she had a heart attack on a flight from London to L.A. Her co-star sending her well wishes. Harrison Ford saying this: "I'm shocked and saddened to hear the news about my dear friend. Our thoughts are with Carrie, her friends, and her family." And Billy D. Williams tweeting this: "Sending my love. Please recover." Really hope the best for her. And it is a Christmas miracle after a family stranded at the Grand Canyon for more than 24 hours. They are found alive. Karen Klein, her husband, and her 10-year-old son got stuck on a snowy road after their GPS led them to the canyon to get some gifts and below freezing temperatures. They were rescued after her husband and son found a cell signal and were able to call the police. They are all now being treated for frostbite. I'm just glad they were found safe and alive. An eventful Christmas Eve on the football field. The Houston Texans clinching the AFC South, beating the Cincinnati. I always want to win. Well, tis the season for many merry mistakes. One woman spent hours wrapping Christmas gifts before realizing she should have labeled them as she worked. At least her gifts will be a surprise. Unlike this person who accidentally bought clear saran wrap thinking it was silver wrap. Big babe, bro, no. And when you run out of clear tape, the next best bet, just use some duct tape. And hey, building a structurally sound gingerbread house isn't as easy as it might look. Look at that.
Wow.
You know what? It probably tastes good, though.
Yeah.
So we want to send your holiday hiccups, because we all have them.
Yeah.
The whole forgetting to put the names on the gifts with my family that's so big, that happens all the time. You just start opening them.
I like the saran wrap, very, very transparent.
So send us your pictures and your funny stories.
Yeah, any mishaps at home, friends, please send them.
Did you really do saran wrap, Peter?
Did I really do saran wrap? I will tell you the truth. Nothing is wrapped yet.
Even better. Nicely done. I get you. we're simpatico. Take a look at the weather maps, guys. Show you what's going on this morning for your Christmas morning. If you are hoping for a white Christmas, well, you have it everywhere there that it is white, and especially across parts of the Four Corners where you have this big storm bringing some fresh, clean snow. The snow maybe across parts of the Northeast not as clean as we've had some rain that's moved through. Here you go. Here's what's happening today. Big storm across the Central Plains. We're going to have blizzard conditions across the Dakotas. We have an ice storm that's going to set up across parts of North Dakota and into Minnesota as well. And it is warm down across the South. That heat is going to continue throughout the day today and into tomorrow. Here's a quick look at what the future brings and go into tomorrow. There you go.
Don't worry, because it's not too late to get him a gift.
Really?
Here to show us the best last-minute gift ideas, lifestyle expert Lemore Suss. Good morning and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So there's still a way out when you're this late in the game?
Yes, there's still a way out because there are a few different places that are open. So there's the supermarket, the drugstore, and then the liquor store. So we're going to start
Merry Christmas.
So we're going to start with the supermarket. So the low-hanging fruit is to get gift cards, but you can actually get gift cards to all different kind of retailers and restaurants. You can see that they actually have a gift card mall kiosk section of the supermarket. So if you wanted, you can do like a gift basket with movie theater gift cards or an iTunes gift card. Just get some popcorn and some candy, and you're good to go.
And sometimes these are the best gifts of all. When you're going to like a Christmas dinner, it's like, oh, that uncle I forgot to get something for.
Totally, and you can still personalize it because you can get the Visa gift card, but you can also get, what their favorite restaurant.
You know what gift cards are the best too, which is that when you actually get them on Christmas Day, you go the next day, everything's on sale.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So you get more for your money. I like that.
I like that. Yeah. So the drum that we have. So what I've done here is I actually got Kohl gift bags and filled it up with charcoal beauty products from Biore. So you have the charcoal bar soap, the pore strips, and the self-heating 1-minute mask. If you can't find the Kohl gift bags, you can actually just get a black gift bag and just with chalk, just write Kohl on it. So just a really fun, and they're less than $10 each. So
embrace the Kohl.
Exactly.
That's a very nice way. That's much nicer than actual coal.
And then over here we've done is just perfume. So perfume sets, really easy. We have 3 different options here. There's the Jennifer Lopez J Love, the Katy Perry Mad Love, and the Stetson Holiday Collection.
That's when you know you've made it when you have a perfume collection after you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And one day.
I don't think you want my scent.
And then makeup. Obviously, it's too late to go, to like a makeup store, but you can go to the drugstore and get pick up some makeup. So here, what I've done is I got a makeup bag from the drugstore and then filled it up with different makeup from Neutrogena. So there's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup Broad Spectrum, SPF 20, the Healthy Volume Mascara, and then the Moisture Smooth Color Sticks. You can see all different colors and just you can really play that up.
Peter is hosting the show, but Dad is going to check in. We're going to Skype with Steve Doocy in just a little bit.
But first, a Christmas message from Tucker Carlson.
Merry Christmas, Fox and friends, and especially you, Ainsley. Hope you spend it with the people you love most.
Christmas morning headlines. A Merry Christmas from the Bush family. Jenna Hager Bush sending out this tweet from the family's Texas ranch. She captioned it, "My whole crew wishing you love this Christmas." Former President George W. Bush, his wife Laura, and daughter Barbara joined the Hager clan. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is pumped up for Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I hope you're working out to celebrate Christ's birth.
The Terminator and Next Apprentice host posting this video while pumping iron on Christmas Eve. The 69-year-old also wishing everyone a fantastic 2017.
Well, he is known for keeping the faith in the film industry. Take a look.
We're at war. The war of Ephesians 6. Not against flesh and blood, but against the powers of this world, against the spiritual forces in the heavenly realms. And if we insist on denying that, then we've already lost.
Pretty powerful. That is actor and producer David A.R. White. He has produced dozens of faith-based films alongside Hollywood's biggest stars. And his new book is out, Between Heaven and Hollywood. It shares his story of strength and success in unlikely places. Actor and producer David A.R. White joins me now. It's good to have you here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So this is, as I was saying, such a powerful message and a powerful book. Why did you want to do it?
I think everybody has a dream. I think they have a desire inside their heart, and too often we let fear come in, self-doubt come in and stop us from doing the things that we really want to do, that are passionate about doing, and that's why we wrote the book.
So you work in Hollywood, you live in Hollywood with your family, 3 children. What is that like as a Christian, being someone of faith? Is that challenging at times?
Sure it is. I mean, I think always it is. Our company, I started a company called PureFlix in 2005 to make an alternative to what Hollywood was putting out there, to make faith and family films that uplift and inspire the human spirit, as opposed to tearing it down all the time. And that's really the focus of what we do. And it kind of puts us outside of what Hollywood, Hollywood does. But when our films come out, we always find that there's, that life imitates art a lot of times. And there's a lot of blowback and a lot of pushback on different aspects of it.
Why do you think that is? When you think about Hollywood and talking about religion, and you've seen news, even with this push to value American family values, right, and faith, why do you think that is in Hollywood?
I don't know. It's more and more too. It's like the attack on the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech. Even when we did God's Not Dead 2, when we put up a billboard when the DVD was coming out, all of a sudden we got attack on that because they called the speech incendiary and almost hate speech because there was a quote that said, "I'd rather stand with God than be judged by the world, than be judged by the world and stand with God." And so I think I said that wrong. I'd rather stand with God than be judged by the world than stand with the world and be judged.
Well, you've seen people once. Why do you think that is, especially in today's time?
I think more and more people are searching for really their foundation, a belief in what our country was really founded upon were these beliefs, these family values, and we've kind of gone away from that. And what we've found is that 150 million people go to church once a month. There's a hunger for this kind of content, and more we've started pureflix.com. We have over 5,000 titles. People are coming now on a daily basis, and the amazing numbers that are streaming this kind of content is extraordinary.
It's almost like, to your point, they've moved so far away from it that now they're wanting to come back, like they've lost something so important in their life, and that hunger, and this book speaks right to that. It's such an important message. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
and thanks for doing that. I think society, we need this right now. It's just so important. Thanks for being with us this morning. Remember the town that removed a cross from its Christmas tree after one person complained? Well, it is back up. One of the women who helped make that happen is joining us next. Holy stroller, Brian Kilmeade goes for a walk with Timothy Cardinal Dolan. His message for Christmas.
Hi, Merry Christmas, all my friends and family back home in Galesburg, Illinois.
Plane to the ACLU.
Well, residents there fought back, and now the cross is back on the tree just in time for Christmas today. And joining us now, one of the women who helped make it happen, Patricia Hudson. Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning. Merry Christmas.
So tell us, just get us, what exactly happened here with the cross in the beginning when it came down?
Well, everyone was pretty disgusted or that one person could do that to our tree and Christmas, but we all worked together and worked with the ACLU and had our negotiators too, and we got the cross back up on the tree. It's not on the top, but it's on the tree as well as many other crosses.
Right, that's important. So the compromise is, walk us through that. It's not going to be at the top of the tree, it'll be near the top of the tree, and there's some other stipulations as well.
Well, I don't know what other stipulations there were. I didn't.
Oh, my understanding is that it's only lit at night. So they put it near the top, and they only light it at night, so it's not lit up during the day. It was some sort of compromise to say, okay, we're going to have the cross.
I knew there was a compromise, yes.
Are you happy with that?
Well, oh, yes, we're very happy. We're really thrilled the cross is back up there, and we also have the star on the top. So the whole town is very happy with all this situation. We've had so much cooperation.
Were you upset that some people were so offended by the cross on a Christmas tree that they complained and made a case out of it and had it taken down around Christmas season.
Yeah, that was rather upsetting when we first started. And that, as far as we know, there was only one person that complained. But I think it's all been worked out now peacefully, and there was no repercussions or anything. It's just turned out very nice. We're all so happy.
And how did you make the crosses? I understand there's a nice story in how you put together all these little crosses.
Oh, we just bought the wood and cut little 18 by 12-inch crosses and put them up on the square for anyone to pick up and take home that they wanted to cross. And then also we had a group from Magnolia, Ohio, who brought us over 1,000 little white crosses to distribute. So we were very grateful to them too.
That's really awesome. And obviously the governor of your state is the Vice President-elect Mike Pence, and I'm certain on this Christmas he's happy about it as well.
I bet he is.
Well, Merry Christmas, and thanks for telling us your story. We appreciate it.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, and we appreciate everybody's help and prayers getting through this. We really appreciate it.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Come up. Do you Christmas like Lucy House? I know I do.
It is exciting like that every year. So we're going to Skype with my dad next, and we're going to get him screaming and wake everybody.
Yes, let's do that. Then, do you spend Christmas on social media instead of with your family? My kids were doing that last night. The social media do's and don'ts you need to know this morning.
Santa.
So Harris and I have been thinking that naughty is actually underrated.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, the nice naughty thing, right? By the way, our partner Sandra is with the elves.
She's in the North Pole, hanging out with Santa. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas from Outnumbered.
Santa came